You're alive.
I'm surviving.
Was there a question midway through that we were like, I don't know if I'm going to survive this?
Like, man, just kept drilling and down on me.
Obviously, the conversation that you and Vanessa and Micah had about whether or not she could be a mom or the mom to your kids came up.
I struggled with, at least in terms of envisioning Micah as like, you know, a mother. I think for me it was like difficult for me to do. It's just sort of just like a nurturing aspect, I think, that some people have. I don't know, but whenever I tried, I just know that I wasn't able to see it very clearly.
Do you feel like you've done as much clarifying as you can possibly do on that situation?
Yeah, I kind of do. You know, I think I said my piece, and I think Vanessa might have had a little bit of personal bias in that scenario, or at least I kind of detected that. I don't know, but that's just my assumption based on how she continued to drill into it after I gave my full rationale for why I felt the way that I did, and I owned as much as I could of that scenario and took responsibility for the full capacity in which I think that I was obligated to. Then she continually said, well, why didn't you do this? Why didn't you ask this of her? Why didn't you demand this of her? And I just like, that gets into the philosophical nature of relationships and like, is that right to demand your person to change in order to fit you? Like, that's a debatable question.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how sweaty were you getting in that moment?
I was sweaty, yeah, no doubt. I had drank like 3 cups of coffee, like immediately before, during the pause, I was just chugging coffee. So yeah, I was definitely sweating.
Do you feel like you got the closure that you needed from this live reunion? Do you feel like there was still more that you had to say or wanted to say or didn't get the opportunity to say about your journey on the show?
Yeah, I do. I feel like there was a lot of topics that involved me that I wasn't given the opportunity to speak fully on, and that's okay. I think that your character comes through no matter what you say, and your intentions come through, I think. I don't know how, but it's very transparent, I think, on camera, like whenever you have good intentions or you don't. And so I don't necessarily feel slighted, but yeah, I do have a lot more to say on a lot of different topics.
What was one of those topics? What's the bullet point of one that you wanted to get across, that was important to you to get across, that you didn't get the chance to?
Sure, so I think that it was extremely reductive in the way that they dismissed all nuance and complexity around why I said no. So they said, it was framed as the reason why he said no was that she wasn't able to fill a mothering role in a nurturing, atmosphere or whatever. That was one piece of the puzzle. It was incredibly complex. There was so much more to that, but that was the answer. That was the reason why, and that's just a fraction of the story, man.
Now, when Zach says that he felt like Micah was here, maybe not necessarily for the best reasons, to be, maybe to find fame more than a relationship, what was your reaction to that? Is that something that you guys had talked about in that long phone call before the wedding day?
No, that really didn't come up until after. We heard a lot of things I think that were a bit disconcerting from third parties claiming that she had told him those types of things, and so yeah, it was rough to hear, and it definitely made me question things, no doubt.